Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the DLG. My name is Skip. I woke up this morning. Wait a minute, something's missing. Oh, I know what it is. There we go. Welcome, everyone, to the DLG. I woke up this morning and I looked out the window. Beautiful scenery, amazing shot of Sedona from my bedroom window. Everything was covered with snow. Let's take a drive. I'm going to show it to you. I'll be right back. So I'm back up at the airport Mesa today, and as you could tell from that drive in, we didn't get a tremendous amount of snow up here. But this is a beautiful spot. There's Wilson Mountain again. Thunder Mountain, Chimney Rock, all the way out to Coxcomb, all the way out west. You can see a little bit of the snow that's left over from yesterday, but most of the snow here that hit in Sedona, it was melting about as soon as it hit the ground. But for a late November snow, this isn't too bad. I can't complain. Sure is pretty though. So guys, for the first snow, I guess that wasn't too bad. Sure is pretty up here. It's also extremely crisp and very cold. I should have worn a jacket out there. My hands are freezing. So the place we're going next is the old Jordan Homestead. It's actually a historic park, historic museum. So we're going to head over there and have a look around. It's kind of fascinating. And see you guys in a second. So check out Snoopy there lying on his back. And then the Colorado Plateau right here, all covered in snow. Beautiful. Hello guys, I'm here at Jordan Park. This is where one of our earlier settlers came. His name was Jordan, and last name was Jordan, and this is their homestead. Now this building right here, that's actually, it says Sedona Telegraph Office, but it was never actually used as a telegraph office. That's actually part of a movie set, The Angel and the Bad Man, that was filmed here. John Wayne starred in that movie, and he had this built as part of a movie set. Here in Sedona. It was recently found by the Historical Society on somebody's property out by Page Springs, and they moved it here and kind of restored it. So we're going to go inside and have a look at it. So this is the inside as it would have been when they filmed the movie. Telegraph office right here. Lots of really cool old artifacts right here. One of the things I really like is this display right over here of when they filmed The Angel and the Bad Man. And this is a model of the little town that they built right below Coffee Pot Rock. Now, this is what it looked like during the filming. Now, Coffee Pot Rock, if you notice, there's a better view of it right there. Actually looks a lot like a chicken. 1946 is when they filmed this movie. John Wayne was the producer and the director of this movie, and when he came out here, had a look around, he told them to build a little town at the base of the rock formation that looks a lot like a chicken. So in those days, it was called Chicken Rock, but not today. We call it Coffee Pot Rock. This is the old one-room cabin, and what we're looking at right here is the original part of the cabin. So it was originally built as one room with a enclosed patio on the front. And this is a beautiful bronze statues of a storytelling cowboy. Beautiful building. This is the historical museum right now. It's been added on to several times over the years. So let's go inside. The Schneble family. These little drapes were hand embroidered by Sedona Schneble, and notice how she signed this one, Dona. That was her nickname. Her family did not call her Sedona, they just called her Dona. This right here kind of shows what the original building looked like back in those days. Joan Crawford. The movie Broken Arrow was filmed right here. On the drive-in, we saw a lot of these rock formations in that time-lapse drive that we took. Bathroom. Isn't that great? Look at all the barbed wire. Oh, you gotta check this out. I'm sure this was a hat rack. I would love that. That thing looks sinister as hell, doesn't it? Look at the snow up on the mountain right there. That's Wilson Mountain. So when you guys think about Sedona, we think of Sedona for its red rocks, and vortexes, right? But originally Sedona was known for its apples, believe it or not. The Jordans, they had an apple farm right here. They had about 35 acres, 1,500 apples on there. They were dry farmers. I've talked about it in some of my other videos before. We're sitting on a tremendous amount of water here in northern Arizona. But in order for them to water their apple trees, they had to go down by buckboard with water barrels down to the Oak Creek, and they would fill up those water barrels, come up here and hand water 1,500 apples. So I like to think of it as painting the Golden Gate Bridge. You start at one end, and by the time you're done, you go back and start over again. So this barn that we're going into right here, this was actually where they used to sort all of their apples. That would sort the apples by size and weight. And it was quite an accomplishment back in the 20s and 30s. So depending on the size, as they put the apples on this conveyor belt, would send it down into these racks, would go on this spinning wheels here, and according to the size, would tell where they would go. The smaller ones would go down in there. The bigger ones would come over here and travel up and fall into these bins right here. Old church bell, I think. There's really no sign. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a schoolhouse bell. It's a great place to get your picture taken right here. Check this out. 1942 Ford. This was the original Sedona fire truck. And it, as you can see, is in absolutely pristine condition. I love this old fire truck. Look at that. My goodness. Now, this thing is in such pristine condition that it actually still runs and drives. And it hauls Santa Claus around during our Christmas parade here in Sedona. Isn't this just something? Isn't that something? Has to be one of their pride and joys right here. Historical license plate and everything. There's one more little building I want to check out. It's right over here, right up against those red rocks. So this is a tent house. Check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Wooden floor. Beautiful wood cooker right there. And look at the wood slats on the back. You can actually see through those slats. And then this would have been the bed. Single bed unless you folded those sides up. Look at that. Canvas covered storage pantry. That is so cool. And of course, got to have your deer horns on the wall. Very inexpensive way building shelter. And I would imagine that this stove here would heat this place up to where you probably have to open up the door. Check this out. Look at that. That is just awesome. Look at that. So guys, one thing about the Jordans, Jordans didn't originally settle here. They settled up by the little mining town of Jerome, and the smelter from the copper and gold mine actually polluted their property. And so if you can imagine around the turn of the century, them suing and winning against a big company, especially like a gold mine company, and they came down here, a little bit lower elevation. We're about 25 miles from Jerome. They came down here and started planting their apple trees. The Native Americans that were here were actually kicked out of this land. When the Jordans came down here to look around, a lot of the crops that the Native Americans had planted were actually still here and growing. So it was that recent a time. They had just been relocated. The Jordans were one of the first families to settle down in this area. And this, what we're looking at right here, is all their land. So in those days, in order to homestead, all they had to do is stake it out. And then it was an awful lot of work to maintain it and to improve upon it. And they improved upon it by planting a lot of these trees. Now, if you guys look behind me, you see a lot of these apple and peach trees. We have really rich volcanic soil here in Sedona, and it's perfect for growing non-citrus trees. And these are descendants of the original trees, and you can actually come out here and around June and July, and you can pick those apples and eat them if you like. So thanks you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the DLG. Thanks for watching. Bye. When I was filming earlier inside this building right here, I'd set my sunglasses down, so I've been wandering around here looking for them. Found them. Got my society shields back on, and I'm ready to roll. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.